If you're a mildly attractive woman and you're trying to go viral today, the bar is in absolute hell because it is clear that men will watch anything if you're showing a little bit of anything. And I was originally going to make this video about one content creator, but I wanted to make an overall broader point. So if you haven't seen, because I think a lot of people have been talking about this at this point, there's this content creator by the name of Savannah Cannons, and she's went viral recently for the way she talks about her content and how she presents herself.
Can we please stop addressing Ilhan Omar as a congresswoman? I mean, she's literally a fraud. This is a person who came to the USA to corrupt its people and resources. She went from negative $65,000 net worth to over $30 million. And denies it. She denies it, and she blames it on an accounting error. That's not all. Then there's the winery with no clear location, no wine at all, no phone number, no visible operations. It seems abnormal, doesn't it? And then she proceeds to insult the reporter asking about these things, asking her to explain it to the people. And on top of all of these unknown things, she calls World War II World War XI. So how is someone so fucking stupid able to become an important topic in this country? She is literally the trending topic in the United States of America. It blows my mind. She is the opposite of everything that we stand for in this country. And she literally married her brother. We do not marry our brothers here. We don't marry siblings here. We do not do that.
So this woman, I assume, is a conservative content creator. She just kind of sits with her coochie and toes open and then just reacts to videos. Obviously, by the video I showed you, she's not that interesting, and I understand why she has to do this. The tweet that went viral was another conservative woman blasting this, which I thought was funny. I'll read a little bit of it. 5 years ago, we had brilliant conservative female thought leaders like Michelle Malkin blowing the lid open on mass migration and pissing off CPAC donors so badly that she was never invited back. Now, conservative female talking heads are just a bunch of shallow, disgusting skanks spewing low IQ takes about Muslims. Disgusting. So this was the tweet I saw, and I did think this was AI at first because I didn't really believe someone would just kind of be that blatant about it. But it's real. It's very real. And when I first saw this and first found out it was real, I was just thinking, why not just make the OF? Why not just go all the way there? You know, you don't got to do this sitting with your crotch and toes open, which is honestly disgusting. I'm not a feet guy, so I kind of wish you would hide them. But, you know, there's an audience for it. And, you know, I felt bad for about 2 seconds thinking that, because you can be an attractive woman and have hobbies. And, you know, I'm not one of those people who are just like, every time I see an attractive woman do something that she needs to, you know, shut up and go make the OF and this and that. But it turns out she might just be a low IQ skank, because she does have an OF. And this is one of the tactics she's using to promote her OF. And on that OF, she's claiming a lot of things, which I did try to do some personal investigation, you know, but I couldn't find anything. And then I went to Reddit. I also couldn't find anything. But I did see some comments from people who did buy the OF saying that they didn't see anything that could be her doing the things she's claiming she's doing. So she could just be scamming there as well. And the audience for people watching this are, I would say, Gen X boomer men who are just conservatives. Because if you go to her Instagram, a lot of the comments are just dudes like, oh yeah, you're sexy. I like that you're saying this shit. So, you know, there's an audience for it, but it is really shameless that this is the type of content that some women are making to go viral. And obviously it's working. And doing more research on this girl, her old content was also pretty boring as well, but it wasn't political content, believe it or not. The old content she was doing was kind of just street interviews, and honestly, that can be really hit or miss, especially if you're not someone who is very like bubbly or outgoing, then it just comes off as very boring.
If we were to switch bodies for 24 hours, what would you do?
If we, me and you.
Yeah.
Probably have sex. I don't know. I don't know.
Really? That's a good answer. I don't know what else you would do.
What else would I do? Like, what else would I do? So I don't know. What's
Good
your-
answer.
And the street content wasn't political at all, which was very interesting. So she either just made a pivot knowing that this is something that people would be interested in, because before this I think she did have some following, but then she switched to the political conservative content and was able to get more of a following and then go viral, as we see. But it doesn't have to be this way. And it's partially all of the men's fault as well who watch this shit, because this isn't interesting. Like, let's be real. If you are someone who likes watching this type of content, watching political content, conservative political content, you could find someone smarter than her. You could find someone who does better reactions than her, because this isn't it. I'm not a conservative myself, obviously, but even then, like, even I know it's just like, this is slop. This is just goon slop. Not even good goon slop, but she's pivoting. She's getting the people in there to go to the OF. Obviously it's been memed to death. You can just I've seen the Charlie memes. I'll probably put one up on here because it's just funny. But outside that, I'm kind of tired of seeing this shit. I don't know about anyone else. I'm getting tired of seeing attractive women sexualize themselves in other forms of media just to get them to go to their like OF or other site they're using, because it really does hurt women overall, especially, attractive women who don't do this and just like, hey, I like this thing, follow me. I'm not trying to be a sex worker. But I wanted to talk about something else too. And this has been going, like, this pizza place has been going viral because they have this one worker who puts on the defined booty shorts and like takes out the pizza or makes the pizza. Like, you've probably seen it if you on TikTok, and I'll show it here. But basically what she does is just like, you see her ass, she's moving the pizza, taking out the pizza, cutting the pizza, and that's all of this business's TikToks is. Like, if you scroll down long enough, you can see it's just like a man making pizza. Like the first like 3 or 4 TikToks of him, maybe not making the pizza, but it's just the pizza itself. But then all their TikToks now are just this girl. Like, they know it works, obviously. And I hate it because to me, all I see is that like maybe the pizza isn't that good and you have to do this to bring people in. And I feel like if you are someone who, went to this spot, like, you want to see the girl. Like, you're less interested in the pizza. You want to see the girl in the defined booty shorts bringing you the pizza out. Like, it just reminds me of Hooters, except like this isn't Hooters. If this was like Hooters for pizza, sure, but like it isn't. It's a regular business. You got this girl, just throw on the shorts, get the pizza out. We need 1 million views. We need like 100,000 likes. Like, go do this. And it works, but it is just, it's kind of slop. It is. I would rather, especially as like a food business, I would rather like have a random guy come in. You see those people with the meta glasses eating the food and reviewing. Like, I would rather that happen or see someone like cook the pizza than just have like the pretty girl do this shit. I do think a little less of businesses who start to do this, because it is the lowest form of content and marketing you can do, but unfortunately it works. A lot of dudes like to see this shit, like to see a pretty girl, booty shorts, serving pizza, and occasionally I do too, but if this is all your content, I don't want to watch this shit. It is slop, but it gets millions of followers and millions of views. I wish we could have less of this sexualization, especially if you're trying to sell a product. And like, let the product speak for itself. Because if you got to pull out the pretty girl just to get people's eyeballs on your product, it's probably not a good product. And I don't want to sit there and watch something that for a fact is not a good product. But yeah, we have less of this. I know it's probably weird saying, but let's have a little less sexualization, unless it's in the certain areas where it's intended. I feel like I sound like a prude almost, and I'm not a prude at all, but I think maybe the internet being a little bit more PG would be okay at times. But that's all I wanted to say on that topic. I'm streaming not super consistently. I'll probably stream maybe tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to upload this video. Finish Splatoon Raiders. But yeah, ladies and men, let's ladies stop sexualizing yourself so much blatantly. And then fellas, come on. Come on. You can go to a website and look at this shit. I mean, if your state hasn't blocked adult content, I know my state has, but yeah, let's just all do better. But until next time, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking the videos and commenting. I really do appreciate it, and I know I need to be more consistent, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for y'all.